Hello my friends, my name is Artur Rehi and I am an Estonian soldier.
It was really difficult for me.
A few videos ago I made a video about the A-10 Warthog.
Great firepower is the A-10 specialty.
I didn't know what it was, now I know what it is. It left quite an impression actually on me. We don't have weapons like that, we don't have aircraft like that in Estonian army. And I was just an infantryman, I was just the communications of an infantry battalion.
Siin on laud, mille peal on mitmed sorti relvad, kuulipildurid, automaatrelvad, sihikud.
So I don't know anything about these weapons and they're so far off from us that we are not even taught about them. I read your comments and many of you told me if I like the A-10 Warthog, I should watch a video about the AC-130. And now that's a name I know, I have played Call of Duty, right? I've heard about that name, I know everybody is afraid of it. And I know if you get a certain number of kills, you get a kill streak, you can call it. And then it's game over for other people. So it has to be something stronger than the A-10 Warthog. You guys seem to be excited about it. An infantryman, a communications guy, no knowledge of it. We're today going to learn what is the AC-130 and why everybody is so excited about it and why the enemies are so afraid of it and why people in Call of Duty got so mad when I used it. But wait, before we go, there are some people I need to thank to be able to make these videos. They are the Patreons. We have 3 new patrons and then we will jump into the AC-130. We have Philip W. Engen. Philip Engen is a hero of this channel. He has poured about 20 cups for North Dakota. We have a cup competition going on and now he's a patron, a true hero of his state and this channel. Thank you, Philip. We have Toby Daniels. Thank you, Toby, for becoming a patron. And last but not least, we have Brendan McAllister. Yeah, you have the Scottish Mac, it's really cool. Thank you for becoming a patron. There are also some anonymous patrons who didn't want me to tell their names. They wrote to me, and I'm not going to tell their names, but thank you for becoming a patron. You know who you are. Some of you don't want your names to be published, just write to me, I will not tell the names. I will remember you with a thankful heart. Let's see, what is the AC-130?
The AC-130. It's the world's biggest flying artillery gun. Its enemies know it as hell in the sky.
Hell in the sky.
The guns are obviously what make the gunship the
Well, it also has these miniguns like the A-10 Warthog.
gunship. We have 3 side-firing weapons. We can shoot 2 of them at the same time, either at the same target or at separate targets.
Toward the front of the plane, the 25mm Gatling gun.
This is the 25.
Oh, 25mm. A-10 had 30mm, so this is a slightly smaller one, but still I'm quite sure it's armor piercing, especially if it shoots that fast. See, now these are the weapons we cannot allow ourselves in the Estonian military just because they are too expensive.
Millimeter GAU-12 Gatling gun. Call it the crowd pleaser.
The crowd pleaser.
It's just 12.
The crowds are not pleased. Bring out the AC-130. Shoot some of them. The crowds are now pleased.
Seconds of a fireball coming out the side of the aircraft is pretty impressive.
Behind it is a weapon in service since World War II, the 40mm Bofors cannon.
You can fire up to 100 rounds a minute.
Oh, that's how fast it fires. 40mm, 100 rounds per minute, so it fires more than 1 round in 1 second. And these are grenades almost. I mean, 40mm makes an explosion already. The 30mm just makes a hole, but 40 can already be explosive. These take down vehicles with 1 shot, for sure. I'm quite sure of it. But I don't know if they take down tanks. Can they? If you shoot 1 tank many times, maybe then you shoot the wheels off, and I don't know how you call them, the lint in Estonian. Don't know how you call them in English. It cannot move anymore, and then you can just pound it with everything you have, and eventually it's still dead. The question arises though, why so many weapons? What is it against? Is it against vehicles? Is it against... It's not against air force, it's not air-to-air weapon, it's air-to-ground, right? But it's not against unarmored personnel also. I would imagine you would use the minigun for lightly armored trucks and infantry. You would use the bigger one for tanks and the smaller one just for infantry. Am I getting it correct?
This is our most accurate weapon because of its low collateral damage. It's the one we get to fire the most in combat.
In the back is the gunship's specialty, the deadly and ferocious 105.
This is the 105mm howitzer.
Ay, ay, ay.
This is the biggest gun we have on the gunship. Its firepower is unmatched by any other airframe.
This massive cannon can fire approximately 10 rounds per minute. It recoils with enough force to bench press over 20,000 pounds.
We can put these on vehicles, hard.
In Estonia, the biggest mortar I've seen was 120. I made a video about this. Here it is, check it out. Kaliber 120 millimeetrit. And this is 105 on an airplane. The 120 on the ground was big enough. This is on an airplane and it can shoot 10 rounds per minute. Let me ask you, who thinks about these things? Who makes these things up? Who's this genius mind thinks, okay, we have a plane, let's put 3 magical weapons on it, very deadly. Who's the guy who's like, hey, let's build a wonder plane that can kill anything that moves, right? Who's the dude? Call of Duty has this plane. I don't know any Russian planes that are like that. Maybe they are, I just don't know it. Okay, honestly, I have to admit, we didn't study aircrafts. We studied tanks, ground vehicles, armored vehicles of the enemy, but not aircraft.
Targets, buildings, any kind of structure that we need penetrated.
No other gunship puts more rounds on the ground, and troops in Afghanistan need every bullet. Over Afghanistan, Major Aaron Hall's AC-130 gunship prepares to fire at Taliban soldiers.
You're cleared on the big square building. You can go ahead and level it.
His calculations must be perfect, or he risks gunning down the troops he's sworn to defend. It's up to him to choose the weapons. He selects the 25mm and the 40mm to target the Taliban street fighters. For insurgents shooting from the buildings, he picks the 105.
The 105, I would imagine, takes down the building. Shooting from the buildings, right? You take the building down with 105. 2 shots and there's no more building. I would imagine 105 is to cover a huge area with explosion. It covers, the blast is so big, I think even if you're standing away, you will lose your hearing, you will lose your balance, and you will be off the fight for, I think, 2 minutes at least, even if you're not wounded deadly.
Moments later, sensor operators target the enemy with the guns.
Moving. Good, come back on those guys. Here we go.
And fire.
Yeah.
We began firing anything within 50, 60 meters, hitting any of the structures where we were seeing small arms fired.
It's enough firepower to make most fighters turn tail. To take out the enemy without killing the friendlies, the AC-130 crew takes a huge risk. Just one miscalculation could be deadly.
You're holding your breath the entire time.
Yeah, how do you make a difference between friendlies and enemies? You know, tangos and friendlies, because up there it all looks the same, especially when we watched about the Niger ambush, you know, the ISIS ambush, the US troops. The French fighters were flying above, but they couldn't make the difference between friendlies and enemies, so they couldn't shoot, they just flew over. How do you make a difference? I think it comes down to the communication guy, who has to know especially exactly how to give away their position, that the guys up in the air would see, okay, these are ours. Are they giving the 10 spot coordinates? We usually used 8 spot coordinates. I do have to admit, all of these assumptions I make here, I don't really know. I don't have any education on this subject. Even in the military, we were not taught about this. So this is all assumptions. If I miss something, you gotta fix it in the comments. And don't get mad.
Just hoping that everything you've done has been right. And as soon as the round went off, the enemy element dropped.
It's a daring action that saves the lives of 50 American and Afghan soldiers.
And if you make one mistake, you take the lives of 50 American and Afghan soldiers. Very responsible duty to be up there. It's your fault if you make these mistakes, and it's your fault if friendlies get killed by it. If any of these AC-130 pilots watch me, then let me know. I want to know these guys. I'm gonna just pin your comment. This is a huge responsibility. Twinkies! Hell yeah, man! No, they're not paying me to show Twinkies. I just love Twinkies. That's why I'm showing them. And another reason is that we don't get these in Estonia. Yeah, you cannot get these in European Union anywhere. As much as I've seen, you can't really get them. So I live in Estonia and I have Twinkies. How? Thanks to Ethan Struckfuss, who sent them to me. If you want to send me mail, the address is here. And my name is Artur Rehi, not Artur Ray. Like Ethan wrote my name wrong a little bit. It took a lot of time. But thank you, Ethan, for these Twinkies. I'll eat them now. Yeah, a lot of you might think, oh, they're gross. Why do you eat Twinkies? It's unhealthy. Well, to you I answer, I don't care. Because we don't get them in Estonia, and 3 years I lived in America. I like these, and I miss them, so I'm gonna eat them. Hey yeah. I wish I had them when I was in the forest with my military training. These would be a life changer, you know, a moral boost. Twinkies. A true American sweet. I know it's quite cringe for you to watch none of the Americans eat Twinkies because they're very sweet and bad for you. But hell, I'm Estonian, I can do it. Thank you, Ethan, for the Twinkies. Now I will jump into the Estonian Youtuber Cup competition. We have this Estonian Youtuber Cup competition here. Behind me there are 3 boards, they're really cool boards. Actually, we almost have all of the states from the US there. That's the orders of the cup, that's the points on the board. We have 5 new orders, let's dive in. We have Jerry Lucas. The city is called Airway Heights, and it's in Washington. Not Washington DC, just Washington. But Airway Heights, we have had orders from there before. It's a weird name. Airway Heights, it seems like an airfield or something. Airfield, yeah, you live on an airfield, I don't know. Well, let's add a point to Washington. 23. We have Ryan Schweitzer. Yeah, super German. Very cool. You are from the winning state, North Dakota. Yes, if you didn't know, North Dakota is winning right now. It has 34, now soon to be 35. The city is called Minot. Minot? I don't know. Maybe it's like a French Minot. It's Minot. 35, North Dakota. Andy Hill. Living on a hill. No, I'm kidding. Not on a hill. Andy, you live in East Rochester. Rochester, that sounds like royal family home or something. It sounds really cool, Rochester. Sounds British. But it's in New York, actually. That was only the 3rd one for New York, so New Yorkians, you need to step up your game. Brandon Villages. It's like villages, but villages. The E&A has switched the places. Your city is Bahrum. We have already gotten orders from there. It's in Nevada. Bahrum should be the other city besides Las Vegas in Nevada. I don't know many cities from Nevada, but I know Vegas and Bahrum. Only 2. We have Tig Thorman. Tig is written T-I-H-E, which in Estonian means angry, tiga, angry, grumpy. You have gotten a cup before, this is the 2nd time I've seen this name, so I don't think you're grumpy or angry, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten 2 cups. Tig, you're from Tige or Tig, I don't know which one is it, but you are from Spearfish. Yeah, Spearfish, that's a funny city name. You guys have weird names for cities in America, I'm telling you. But that's in South Dakota, so the other Dakota. 2nd one for South Dakota. And now the last one. Keith Singleton. This is a special order because there is no city name. You know why? Because it's in Washington, D.C. The very first order for Washington, D.C. We have just Washington with a lot of orders, but now it's D.C. So I'm gonna add it separately. Yes, just because I can. I googled what is DC, I had no idea, I've just heard about it in the movies. It's District of Columbia. District of Columbia in Washington. Columbia is far away, it doesn't make any sense to me, but it's America, so I guess I'll just take it. Well, these are the orders for today, my friends. Go and get the cup, it's a very cool cup. It will make your kitchen and your life a lot better, and it will protect you from anything. It will never break also. Back to the video. Damn, that's a good Twinkie. There's another video about a fire mission and a refueling mission, and I wanted to see the clips. There's no talk here, it's just clips, but we will see what happens inside the plane, how they refuel and how they shoot from the inside. I haven't seen this stuff. Maybe for you. I know Marines watch me, US Army watches me. I know you guys see this daily, some of you, but I haven't seen any of it. So you understand, for me this is all new and all exciting. See, these are the 25mm, right? Wow. You couldn't even carry this ammunition with one man. This is too heavy. You need machines to carry this ammunition. It's too heavy for men to carry. Okay, that's the cockpit. 3 people, right? 3 people. That's the other room. I don't know how you call it. Hey, he's focused. Oh. like pumping bullets into the gun. Weird. Oh, it's automatic. Well, of course it is. I mean, yeah, obviously it's automatic, but it's just freaked me out a little bit. This is unmanned, basically. Wait a minute, who's controlling it? Are they controlling it from the plane or from the surface, from the control base? I mean, they could do that, because obviously satellite connections and all that stuff, but it's weird to think that you control these guns from surface from 1,000 miles away if you need to. But I mean, no, it has to be from the plane. It seems a bit strange to me that they're flying this plane and all they do is fly it and somebody else is shooting it. Seems strange. So I think they control it from the plane. Oh. Oh, okay, so that's the 40. That's the 40, right? Not the 25. It seems like it's just some kind of a weird machine that makes a sound, but the other side is a pure killing machine. But inside it looks friendly. It's a boom, 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 you know, nothing wrong. Like a sewing machine almost. Like these old sewing machines. But from the other side it's a meat grinder. Ooh. That ammunition though. Somebody has to carry it. Oh. Wait, so how long does it take? How high does the AC-130 fly, and how long does it take for the round to hit the ground? If you shoot, boom, how long does it take? From the video, the delay seemed to be about a second. So you have to know where the guy is running. You'll have to try to predict where he's going and shoot there, right? Well, it was like that in the Call of Duty at least. Yeah, sorry, I compare this to the computer game because that's all the experience I have of this. This one showed us a little bit of the inside of the plane itself, but now we have a video about AC-130 against the Taliban. That's the title at least. So that's the convoy, and it shot 40. Took down the first armored vehicle. The rest of the okay, the rest of the convoy is taken down by 25. Alright. Oh, it exploded. Right. And the last one tries to get away. And he ain't gonna get away. Alright, and we have one more. So you need 20 seconds to take down 5 machines. The manpower lost in this is insane. 50 men about that. A lot of people run away. He's trying to get the people who run away. And see, yeah, you have to predict where they run. Yeah, he's predicting it, because you can't do direct shots, because the delay is too big. Okay. Oh. If you're on the ground and something like that attacks you, you think, oh, I'm gonna run away, I'm gonna run somewhere, but the AC-130 is so high above, they can see everything, so there's nowhere to run actually. These guys might run uphill, but it doesn't really help them. Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay, this is 25. Is it explosive? I see it is explosive, obviously, but I see it hitting the ground very close to the runners, but they still keep running. So does it have shrapnel? Does it have some kind of a ingredient in it that can hurt you? Like, is it just a fire explosion? Why doesn't it take them down? Alright. That's it. Ooh. Yeah, this is more dangerous than the A-10. I mean, the A-10 seems like this faster, more furious, like a hornet. Like it flies through, it shoots, and then it goes away. But this is big and slow and very powerful. So they're a bit different. But I think I would be afraid more of the AC-130. It would be more deadly, because even if you're in the tank, it can just take you down. And also, I think the A-10 can only shoot for 15 seconds, but the AC-130 has so much ammunition on board, 3 different weapons. You cannot really hide from it, unless you have a huge underground bunker. Then they will probably drop bombs on you anyway. It doesn't really work. We are digging, me and my friend, we're digging an underground bunker, like the Forest Brothers bunker. It's not like this huge military bunker, but in the 50s when Stalin came to Estonia with the Red Army and killed everybody, and Forest Brothers knew some Estonian men who didn't want to get killed or step into the Red Army. They ran to the forest and fought the Soviet Union from there, and they dig themselves bunkers like that, one room on the ground, and they just harass the convoys and all of that stuff. We're trying to dig the same thing. Here's the video.
Welcome back to the bunker of the Forest Brothers. Me and my friend Martin, we're building a Forest Brothers bunker in the woods. Look, we're cleaning up the walls already. They look nice and shiny. And what do we do with the sand? You notice there's a river down there. We want the river to be a sand beach. So Martin built a thing like that, because he's a genius. And boom! All of the sand makes us a nice sand beach. So we have a Forest Brothers bunker, we shoot the enemies, and then we go have a little swim.
Yeah, that's what it is. You Americans have more wonder weapons you want me to watch. You can be sure I haven't heard about them. I'm an Estonian infantryman. I don't know much about American huge caliber weaponry. Too expensive for me to know about this. But you can send them to me. You can become a patron, send a message there about these weapons, about these airplanes, or even naval, ships. Navy, I can do videos about that also. Just hit me up, and as always, until my next video, stay cool and bye bye.